Grady-White Boats are everything you expect them to be and more. From family fun and cruising to offshore fishing and overnight trips, a Grady-White boat will give you the safe, solid, and secure feel that you can count on. Grady-White is the toughest, most superbly engineered sport fishing boat you can buy. That's what we mean by Grady built. So sit back and enjoy while our owner and CEO, Eddie Smith, and our customers tell you more about Grady-White. You'll see that the Grady built difference makes all the difference in the world.
That it's one of the best boats or the best boat to buy.
Well, if you want quality and something that'll take the rough water, I would say go with the Grady-White. I don't think you can beat them.
It's just so well made. You know, it's a dry boat, and it's just quality, and you can see it and you can feel it.
How they stand up, no other boats stand up to the Grady-White or whatever as far as quality and workmanship and stuff like that.
It's never let me down. I've never been let down by this boat in 6 years.
Go for quality and go for safety.
I think I'd save my money and start with a Grady-White to start with.
Grady-White boats are products of a unique combination of North Carolina's saltwater heritage, long-term private ownership, and years of sport fishing experience. Boats built here have an earned reputation for tough durability because of rough local conditions. Large and small craft alike have battled the graveyard of the Atlantic off North Carolina. Carolina boats, like Grady-White, are known throughout the sport fishing world. That's why Grady-White is fiercely devoted to building in safety, performance, and dependability in all of our boats.
Quality really isn't an option for us at Grady-White because our customers take almost all the boats we build into the ocean, and many of them take them way, way out into the ocean, many, many miles from shore. So there's a real safety issue.
Well, I feel very safe on the boat. It's just very dependable. I have no fear at all when we go out there. I know we're going to be safe.
I caught 7-foot seas. The boat was no problem. I was nervous when the boat went right through it. It was incredible.
Grady-White folks have been marine industry leaders since the formation of the National Marine Manufacturers Association, the NMMA. Eddie Smith served as one of the first chairmen of the NMMA. Today, Chris Shepard Carroll, Grady-White's president, is the first and only woman on the NMMA board. In addition, Grady-White is a strong supporter of the Coastal Conservation Association, the Billfish Foundation, the Sportsman's Caucus, and many other fisheries and environmental groups.
We are a privately owned company, and we don't have, unlike the publicly held companies, we don't have to make decisions based on 90-day quarterly reports or annual reports. We invest in the long-term future of what we think is in the best interest of Grady-White boats, long-term. And that enables us to do a lot of things that, frankly, our competitors just can't do. We've been fortunate to attract and retain a large number of people over the years that are really truly dedicated to delivering the ultimate boating experience to our customer.
The people who design Grady-Whites are boaters themselves, who use the products on a regular basis. We always return from a day of boating with a notebook full of ideas. Customer relations, product marketing, engineering, and production are all seamlessly linked, resulting in production-friendly designs and customer-oriented features. Our mechanical and structural engineers are experienced men and women. Nothing gets by without their approval.
We've found over the years that we can learn a tremendous amount from our customers. The Grady-White customer is a very knowledgeable boater. Most of them have owned numerous boats before. So as we go out and meet and talk to those customers, they come up with wonderful ideas that we go back and incorporate into the design of the new boats.
All Grady-Whites begin as wooden prototypes built by craftsmen. From these wood plugs, fiberglass molds are made. The smooth finishes on hull sides and the fit and finish throughout a Grady-White are results of this craftsmanship. Grady-Whites are built with tried and true methods. These methods ensure the quality every customer expects from us. From the spraying of the gel coat surface through the fiberglass layup, all Grady-Whites meet our exacting standards.
We really don't differentiate between the smallest and the largest. They're all built the same.
It's just a solid feel.
They're sturdy, they're sound. I think they're the top of the line. I don't think you can get much higher on them.
Solid. Yeah, I mean, it's a great boat to take the family out in.
Our customers say the Grady's have a difference you can feel and experience when you're out on the water. That difference is in the structure we build into every one of our boats in many ways. 100% hand-laid decks and hulls gives uniform laminate structure unmatched by products that claim to be hand-laid, but have layers of chopped glass in their laminates. In fiberglass, structural stiffness and laminate thickness are directly proportional. In addition, too much resin makes a heavy, brittle laminate. Too little resin can mean delamination. Grady-White fabricators have a patterned layout for every individual piece of fiberglass for a no-fault system, assuring the right amount of fiberglass in exactly the right place every time.
Go for the best. When you're out there in the water, that water can turn very, very nasty very fast, and you don't want to be out there in a bathtub.
We go out of the mouth of the Merrimack, which is a pretty tough area. This boat doesn't have a problem at all. Handles it with ease.
Another way we build in that solid feel is in the stringer system. Grady-White uses a precision-cut wooden stringer system made of XL plywood with a lifetime guarantee not to rot. Wooden stringers provide superior strength to that of other stringer systems in the marketplace. Our system is also lighter, more durable, and therefore safer than largely unproven glass stringer systems. In addition, the sprayed-in foam between the stringer system acts as spreaders between the structural beams for added strength. From there, we add the super strong transom so important in offshore conditions. 2 3/4-inch layers and 1 3/8-inch layer of XL plywood are fiberglass laminated together and braced with a 5/16 angled aluminum brace to give our transoms their super strength. The brace supports the top motor hole mounts and distributes torque throughout the transom instead of around the bolt holes as in other boats. Topside, you can feel the difference of our exclusive box grid system. At the helm threshold, decks are joined to liners with a bulkhead that's double through-bolted through an aluminum angle brace inside the cabin. Aft of the seat boxes, another through-bolt and fiberglass system secures the deck and liner together as well. This combination forms a box grid, giving Grady-White walkarounds support not found in other boats. Remember, Grady-White pioneered the walkaround in 1975. We have over 20 years of experience in building walkaround structure. All Grady-Whites incorporate true self-bailing in their design. We count on the reliable force of gravity. Most boats drain water into the bilge or into a sump, which requires an electrical pump to evacuate water. Grady-White cockpits are sealed and above the waterline. Grady-White's large scuppers drain all water quickly overboard. That's important when you're out at sea in rough conditions.
We got caught in a storm. It was probably 12 or 15 foot seas before I could turn the boat around, and the boat handled it really well.
Reliance on the force of gravity is also great when you are at the dock cleaning up, making your Grady-White that much easier to maintain than other boats. Raised fish boxes and coolers are part of the reason Grady's are more fun to own. Not only are they easier to use being raised off the cockpit floor, but they also drain ice and fish residue directly overboard by gravity. Some boats drain directly into the bilge, and others drain into a sump requiring the use of a macerator. Pumps never eliminate all the foreign matter from the sump, raising an odor issue. Draining directly overboard is simply a better method. That means gravity, not electricity, drains the cockpit and boxes, so nothing ends up in your bilge.
It's a very safe boat to operate. I'm very comfortable with it. It handles beautifully.
Comfortable, secure.
That's why we bought the boat, because we felt it was a safe boat for the kids.
I would say that from a safety point of view, it's the best boat money can buy.
Grady-White means safety. One of the most important reasons for buying a Grady is that safe feeling you get when you're out in one. We respect the water. There is no more important issue in boat building than safety and security. So we overbuild every boat. We overdo every detail. We absolutely do our best to ensure that our boats do the job when the unexpected happens. The sea does not compromise.
Grady-White is a very limited production manufacturer. We do not build a great number of boats, but that allows us to concentrate on the ultimate quality of each and every boat that we build.
Check the NMMA or ABYC certification tag on a Grady-White and you'll see whether level or basic flotation is listed. While other boats claim to have foam, they often don't have enough for basic flotation. With a Grady, you can count on more foam than the minimum requirement, as much as 40% or more. The foam is special too. We use a closed-cell polyurethane foam that won't absorb water. So even with a hole in the boat, the water stays out of the foam-filled compartments. All of our boats have enough foam flotation to prevent the boat, motor, and listed capacity of people from sinking. We complement this solid foam-filled security with interior features like handholds, high interior gunnels, wide walk-arounds, and diamond-patterned nod-skid deck that's easier on the feet and easy to clean too. Even a first-time boater will feel confident in a Grady-White.
We feel comfortable with 5-foot seas, and we'll tempt it for bigger seas too. That was the #1 reason why we got this, because of its safety.
You know, the troughs were very deep, but the boat was fabulous. Never had any doubt in our mind that we were going to make it back.
I've been in some pretty rough seas with it, and I've never felt at any time in danger.
The business end of a sport fishing boat is the aft cockpit. That's why every Grady-White cockpit is clear and uncluttered. Plenty of space for family and friends while out on the water. The deep interior cockpit depth gives you the stable, secure feeling you need. We incorporate more of the features you need in a sport fishing boat. You'll really appreciate the diamond pattern non-skid and the tow rails when you have the big one on your line. You'll love our wide, deep walk-arounds with vertical outer wall for easy maneuvering. The large insulated raised fish boxes and coolers are handy to use and drain directly overboard for easy cleanup. Our built-in live wells are designed to keep your bait fresh, alive, and in peak condition while you're fishing. They even have a separate pump from the washdown system so you can keep your bait alive if the live well pump fails. You'll love the other amenities too, like fresh water and built-in tackle storage that make the cockpit friendly and convenient for all your boating needs. A Grady-White gives you a well-thought-out sport fishing design that ensures you are ready on those days when the fish are biting.
It's just got a lot of room, you know, when you want to fish in the back, there's plenty of room for a lot of people.
We have plenty of room on to do everything we need to do.
In a Grady, you'll notice we give you a lot of room for all the gear that goes with boating. Plenty of room for overnighting in a walk-around cuddy cabin. Even the head compartment gives you room for the things you'll need to make your adventure comfortable. Take a look at the storage at the helm area. Everything has a place. Deckside wing double-level storage for sunglasses, charts, and more. Lockable electronics box with room for all of your equipment and built-in cup holders. Up forward, we have our famous built-in anchor locker. The locker is finished off with Grady's attention to detail. Lockdowns for the anchor, guttered edge for the box, and a finished two-sided fiberglass lid. There's a lot of storage built in for your tackle needs too. You'll find lockable tackle drawers and storage areas. You have rod storage under the gunnels of all our models. On center console models, there are vertical rod holders too. On cabin models, you'll find additional rod storage in the cabin under the walk-around. Don't underestimate the importance of the cup holders in the cockpit. You can't hold your drink and fight a fish, so we build those cup holders in right where you need them. On a Grady-White, you can easily check your batteries, change your fuel filters, and get to your oil tanks to change their filters. All the rigging and cables are in PVC tubing foamed into the stringer system to keep them safe from chafing.
It has great storage. Matter of fact, we think we have one of everything in the cabin. I don't know what I don't have.
There's a lot of room down below, and all the storage, topside storage.
Boat's laid out quite well. I like the fact that I have the cabin and that I'm able to stow all my gear down there and keep it on board. I have to haul it back and forth with me every time.
We looked a long time, and Grady just came right up. It's got plenty of everything. This is a perfect fishing boat.
Grady-White uses the finest materials because we know our customers expect the best. It begins with our laminates, composites, and core materials used in fabrication. No matter which laminate we select, our extensive experience and testing in-house and offshore assure durability. Our 316 grade stainless steel hardware costs more than the industry standard 304 because it contains expensive nickel and chromium in the alloy, plus molybdenum. The cast parts are also double passivated and double buffed, providing long-lasting hardware you can count on for years to come in a saltwater environment. No material is stronger and more durable over the long term than the bronze through-hull fittings used on all Grady-Whites. Plus, bronze is impervious to UV rays, which can affect plastics over the long term. In our wide beam models, we use balsa core in the hull sides to get the added stiffness we demand. This balsa coring between glass laminates gives added strength, much like the spreaders between bridge I-beams.
I just have never had any problem with a Grady-White.
I had a downrigger to get caught, and I thought I was going to pull the gunnel off, but it didn't. It broke the 150-pound test stainless steel line before anything else broke, so that tells me it's well built. It's well built.
The CV2 hull really does make a difference. Continuously variable V means a soft and stable ride to you and your family. A CV2 hull design has no two places on the keel where the dead rise is the same. This changing angle provides stability at rest with a lower degree of dead rise at the transom. The sharper V amidship and at the bow means a sharper surface knifing through the waves at sea. The CV2 hull forms a series of wedges with a changing angle going forward. These wedges have a tremendous righting force and give incredible tracking, even in quartering seas. Other boats have rounded surfaces that act like a ball in water, bouncing around, knowing no upright position. Watch this boat cutting through the water. Check the spray coming off the CV2 hull. You can actually see the 3 bow waves. That's the individual chines and strakes working. That's the reason CV2 hulls are drier running than other boats. Unlike other deep V hulls, CV2 hulls deliver a soft ride without fuel efficiency loss. And they are exclusively designed for Grady-White by C. Raymond Hunt Associates, the originators of the deep V hull.
This boat cuts through the water excellent. We can be out in some decent seas, and then she rides good.
This is much more stable.
And you don't get wet.
It rides a lot better. It cuts the water better, it cuts the waves.
Grady-White owners know there is a difference. You can see it in a Grady. You can feel it in a Grady. Grady-White has been synonymous with tough, offshore sport fishing and family fun for over 40 years. These customers are smiling because they know the difference between boating and having the ultimate boating experience you get with a Grady-White. They know the adventures their Grady lets them have. They know the fun their Grady gives them. You deserve all the things the Grady-White offers. The safe, solid peace of mind that comes with owning the best offshore sport fishing boat you can buy today. Isn't it time you had a new Grady-White? Go on, get the Grady.
When you buy a Grady-White boat, you can be assured of getting the safest, highest quality boat available. You can also be assured that it will be backed up by a company and a dealership that is totally committed to you having the ultimate boating experience.
We wanted just to move up, and Grady was the name.
I love it. It's the best boat I've ever had.
Wouldn't have anything else.
Go for it. Go for the extra money. It's worth it. It'll pay off in the long run, believe me.
If you don't buy a Grady-White, you're making a big mistake.